Right, we're talking about Yvette Cooper's plans. OK, she's come out swinging on immigration. She claims that the government are going to deport 14,000 migrants by the end of 2024. She's setting out new measures today to crack down on illegal migration and, as she says, smash those criminal gangs.
But the problem, Bev, with this, right, is that the immigration centres that is part of this plan where they're going to house all the migrants, get them out of the hotels, save us all money, sounds brilliant. The Conservatives had that very idea.
Yeah.
And they were branded inhumane.
I can't see a huge amount different here. She is going to recruit 100 new specialist intelligence officers and investigation officers. They want to increase the capacity at immigration removal centres.
And in the next 6 months, Labour want to achieve the highest rate of removals of those with no right to be here, including failed asylum seekers, for 5 years. But can they do it? That's the question.
Very hard to say. I hope so, but I have to say, if you're deporting 14,000 migrants, that is a tiny, tiny number. It's not really going to make any difference in terms of the overall.
We actually don't even know how many are here in any case.
Correct, and really, I think also most people, I think, if you ask them, would say that their concerns about the changing landscape and their high streets and perhaps increasing crime, etc., would be because actually about legal migration as much as it is illegal migration. If we've got net 750,000 a year, sending away 14,000 people who shouldn't be here, is that really going to make a difference to you? Let us know. GBNews.com/your say.
But now, joining us now to delve down into these figures and what Yvette Cooper's plans actually mean and what difference they will make, if any, is human rights lawyer David Haye. David, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. What do you make about Yvette Cooper's announcements today?
Good morning to you both. I think, as you said, it sounds very familiar, doesn't it? And she's certainly saying the right things. Some of the plans that she's mentioned, I think, will in part help. But there's no quick fixes to this. This is a very, the system is completely broken, and it will not have gimmicks. And I'm not saying these are gimmicks, but proper things need to be put in place. The work needs to be done. And, we're going to see the figures, in my view, go up and up until they come down. So it's going to get worse before it gets better because there's no quick fixes. And the border force that they're proposing and some of the steps they're proposing will work, but not in isolation. There needs to be more and more things done, and that's going to take time. If you employ more officers, more people to process the claims quicker, it takes time to see the results. And I think so. We're probably going to be here every other week, or every week indeed, with numbers going up and up, particularly if the weather gets better.
Can I ask you about this story, David, as a human rights lawyer? A knife-wielding asylum seeker, tragically, luckily he didn't lose his life, but he stabbed his solicitor, Mohammed Shaab. He came to the office, so doing the job that you do, David, and his client stabbed him. He's gone now, he already had 11 previous convictions. He's gone back to prison now. And when he was in court, he said that he was accused of attempted murder, that actually on the boat over, he'd lost his wife and his child had both drowned in one of those inflatable boats. And so he is now gone to get 11 years in prison for this. In your experience, when you're dealing with people who have been through such horrendous and traumatic experiences, does it affect them in a way that can make them dangerous to be around?
I think the short answer, I think, is yes. I mean, it also depends on each particular person, each client that you see. But, when people come to the legal world, when people come to solicitors, in general, they've gone through a harrowing experience or are looking at a harrowing experience coming up. These are experiences, obviously, people coming across the channel, whatever reason they're coming for, that is an extremely harrowing, terrifying experience. And so that is going to have serious impacts on them in terms of, I think, not just physical health, but obviously mental health. And this is one area of that. But also, I think you've got to remember that there isn't a balance and check on the type of people that are coming. So there will just be some people coming that you can't blame their health, their mental health for the terrible things they've done. There's other reasons they're doing that. So, you're going to see cases like this, and you'll see more of them.
While we've got you here, we're going to get a money's worth this morning. A paedophile scoutmaster has just been handed a 12-month sentence, suspended for 18 months. While, as we know recently from last week, a middle-aged woman was given a 15-month jail sentence with no chance of an early release. This was linked to the riots. I just can't. David, can you make it make sense how a paedophile, convicted paedophile, and we're talking about very young children here, gets a suspended 12-month sentences, but one Facebook post gets a middle-aged woman, what she said was stupid, not condoning that, but one Facebook post gets her 15 months in prison straight away with no chance for an early release. David, can you just make it make sense for me, please?
Dawn, I wish I could. I mean, I think that the problem that you've got without to this morning is that our criminal justice system and the way that it works, that it is also broken. You know, we have some fantastic judges. We equally have a number of very bad judges. Now, I'm not saying this particular judge who was a recorder, which is the first step on the judiciary ladder, if you like, you know, is bad, but they have such a wide sentencing kind of scope that they can do. And in these cases, when it comes to indecent images, and if you're looking at the production of them, they've got up to 9 years custodial sentence that they can put in place. And obviously this individual managed to get away effectively without a custodial sentence. And so, you know, obviously the judge will have looked at, in this case, at various different reports, etc. But it's certainly on the face of it, it seems, I think, absurd.
And just on that particular issue as well, David, some more news this morning that a Pakistani web developer who has been the trail back to who initially posted the misinformation about who the perpetrator of the Southport stabbings might have been. It was a news spreading website, fake, basically news, and he'd said that it was the 17-year-old asylum seeker named Ali al-Shakati. That was the mistaken name that was posted. He's now been arrested. What is this? Is this sort of unprecedented in a way that the law are tracing back an initial Facebook post, or in this case a Twitter post, I believe, to arrest somebody for that sort of misinformation because they are blaming him for the riots? Is this new as far as you're concerned?
I think it is, and it's something that when I was running the campaign for the Dubai Princess to help her, we were targeted with. So there's a lot of fake news websites in countries like Pakistan and Bangladesh that are paid by people in the West to put out fake news and do certain things. And at the time, this was a few years ago, there was nothing we could do. I mean, I remember at the time I was accused of being some Hamas kidnapper and terrorist and by this website, which was so absurd because it came onto Google Alerts. So I think, you know, it's, on one hand, it's positive that these people in these types of countries that run these institutions, because there's a big difference between someone posting here something on Facebook and an actual website designed to spread hatred and fake news in a foreign country that's set up there to be outside of the laws. So I think there's positive elements if that's what they're doing and they're doing it well. But also there's obviously a great worry when we start literally policing and jailing people for social media posts.
Yeah.
David, just one final quick question, going back to the migration issue. We're already getting lots of people commentating on Labour's plans. Labour already saying that their initiatives are working and they have seen a fall year on year on the number of boat crossings on the channel. Do you think that's a case of their initiatives working, or maybe because of the weather difference?
I don't think they can claim victory on that at this stage. It's too early. I mean, you know, when the number of people that get on a boat depends on how many people decide to go that day, how much, you know, what the weather is like. So, of course, they're going to, if they see a positive impact, they're going to say it's us. But I think that is ridiculous. You know, it's going to take time. If you introduce a new police force, if you introduce, you know, new detention centres, new laws, etc., they haven't even introduced new laws yet. It's going to take time to see the results in that. So I think it's better that they just get on, get the work done, put in the hard graft, as it were, and then we will see results from these things. But it's not going to be in a week or 2 or 3 months. It's going to take a long time.
OK. Great to see you, David. David Haye there, human rights lawyer, always absolutely fascinating. Get in touch this morning, gbnews.com/your say. Wendy has said your human rights lawyer talks about horrific experiences for some migrants. What about the horrific experiences of people here not having their needs met? Our British people should come
Indeed.
first.
Right.